If you're a mom or a dad who has a kid who is bugging you to start a YouTube channel, well then this video is for you because I'm going to be talking about some of the things that you as a parent can help your kid to get started in their YouTube journey. Now before we continue, you might be interested to download my free YouTube Journey Jumpstart Guide. Link is in the description down below. This video is not going to be all about those fancy tricks that we see a lot in other YouTube videos that are meant for adults. This video is specifically going to help kids and teens to start a YouTube channel. And when compared to adults, kids and teens may not be ready to follow some of the advices that other YouTube videos that are made out there because they are not at that level yet. So instead, in this video, I'm going to talk about those really crucial starting points that your kid could be going through that stops them from starting their channel and how you as a parent would be able to help them to solve their problem. So how do you, a mom or a dad, ended up in this situation where you're suddenly researching about how to do YouTube for your kids? So the backstory is always like this. We see our kid wanting to do something like YouTube, and you could imagine how cute and how nice and how beneficial it would be for them, and you want to support them. So you start doing the research and you start doing a lot of collection of information so that you can get them to do it. And usually what happens is that you are the one that ends up doing the actual YouTube, not your kid. You're already so busy with a lot of life stuff that you have to handle. And all of a sudden, because your kid says they want to start something, you ended up taking a lot of time just to make it work. I know this feeling is because I've always been around with kids. And I remember that one of my niece told me that she wanted to do a comic. And me being supportive, I want her to try it. What happens is that I ended up being the one who is drawing the whole comic while she's like running out and play and come back asking me, is it done yet? So you don't want to end up in this situation when it comes to YouTube, especially you know there's so many things to be doing. So why not just let the kid do it and let the kid has the skill? So this goes to our first tip on how you as a parent can help your kid is to let your kid handle the camera. That's right, let your kid be the one who is actually holding the camera and recording the video. You want your kid to be the one that learns how to man the camera, and this includes setting up a tripod. So if you don't have a tripod at home, there are a lot of DIY tripod you can watch on the internet that will just help you quickly whip up a simple tripod for your kid. You want your kid to learn how to set up a tripod so that they can do the recording themselves for however long they want. So what you don't want to end up being is a human tripod where you stand there for like 20 minutes holding the tripod and waiting for your kid to actually deliver those lines. So you don't want to waste your time and your strength standing there holding a phone. Instead, just let them do it because unconsciously, they will start to learn about framing techniques. They'll start to learn about how to hold their camera better to stabilize the video. And then once they know how to set up, they're basically independent and they can do whatever they want. And in fact, they will end up being a better camera person that can help you to shoot your family holidays. I know that because I have a lot of students under me who's doing a lot of vlogging during the school holidays, during the summer holidays. We're going to theme parks and reviewing hotels. So you definitely want to start there. Help your kid by not holding the camera, but teach them how to hold it and hold it well because you don't want them to be dropping your cameras left and right, whether if it's a phone or an actual camera. So how do you do an actual YouTube video? After you're recording, of course, you need to be editing. Now, a lot of us who are new to YouTube, we don't realize the mistake that we're doing in our recording until we are editing the video. What do I mean by that? When we're new, we tend to want to record everything because we thought that maybe we should record more footages inside and then we can see how we're going to use it. That is true if you know what you're doing. But for a kid or a teenager, you might not be at a stage where you know how to imagine your video. So this is where you want to learn how to edit so that you know what footages to shoot precisely. Because when you don't know how to do that, you shoot a lot of videos, and when you go into editing, that part of the process is the one that will tire you down because you realize that there's so many footages for you to go through and edit and cut, and you want it to be a perfect video, but it ended up being a mess. So you start giving up. So the other tip for you as a parent on how to help your kid is to let your kid learn how to edit. And the simple way to get your kid to learn how to edit is on the phone or on the tablet. Because apps like Filmora Go, InShot, and CapCut, they're really good in helping your kid achieve the result that they want. But for some of us who's completely new, we may not know how to go about this. You as a parent probably will be able to figure out really quickly, but you don't have the materials to show your kid what to do, so they can't really imagine. If you're in the situation right now, then it'll be perfect for me to plug in that I have developed an online program called Level 1 Getting Started, where your kid will learn how to get started in editing on apps like Filmora, InShot, and CapCut, so that they are the ones who know how to put up the video themselves, putting in music, cutting off the bad parts, how to set up the camera, and many other related 24 video making skills. So click on the link down below if you're interested to get your kid to learn how to edit, which will make you a parent who can just sit down, relax, and then let your kid come to you and ask, hey, is this good? And then you say, maybe the music can be louder, and they will know what to do. Watch a lot of videos, but you still don't know how to start your YouTube journey? That's because you haven't learned the right skills yet. And these are the skills that you can find when you join my coaching program with Coach Vincent. Link is in the description down below. The other tip for you as a parent that can help your kid is to show them the right resources. That's right. Your kid or teenager may not be able to find the right resources when they go online. For example, if you type how to do YouTube, those YouTube videos are mostly for adults. So they themselves won't be able to do their lighting for their video where they don't even know what is a backlight, key light, main light, and also what are these lights? To them, a kid or teenager, they'll probably see a lamp as a light, but that's not the same kind of light we're talking about when it comes to doing YouTube. So some of these lamps can do the trick, but my point here is that they may not be at that level where they can understand things like this. So instead, they might want to see videos like how to start YouTube when you're a kid or a teenager. And we talk about simple things like you want to record in front of a window, you want to put a simple lamp behind, and you will need to do a DIY tripod, stack some books and boxes so that the camera is as high as your eye level like this. And I know most kids who I've coached before joining me, my community and my programs, they always tell me that they're confused with what to do. That's because on the internet, they've already watched all these videos and they tried themselves, but they've always failed. It's because they're just not at that level. So you as a parent, you want to help them not by you checking out those videos and learning those tricks and then sending the video link to your kid and then expecting them to be able to do what those videos are. And this will bring us to a next point on how you can help your kid, which is you need to understand where your kid is currently at before you give them suggestions. And what I mean by that is that sometimes it is easy for us to get caught in knowing what we should do for YouTube and not what we must do. And I know it's easy for us to get caught with knowing what we have to do versus what we should do first. What I mean by that is that take a look at where your kid currently is at. If your kid currently is shy to be in front of the camera, don't tell your kid to be making a lot of videos of them in front of the camera and showing examples of other kids who is able to just be in front of the camera and be themselves. Yes, eventually we hope for them to be that, but they're probably at the stage where they have to build the confidence. So suggest them things that can help them to build confidence, such as maybe why not you try to use your voice, or why not you try to appear 20 seconds in the video out of the whole 2 minutes video. You want to find those things to encourage them slowly to get to the point where they should be. So monitor where they are currently at. If some of them are too ambitious and they're saying, how do I make money for my YouTube channel? Tell them you will eventually get to the stage of making money for your channel, but right now you have to focus your current problem first. And usually when kids and teenagers, they start their YouTube channel, it's always about confidence, it's always about getting ideas, it's always about finding directions, and not so much about thumbnails, keywords, camera equipment. They may be asking for those things, but they're not ready to even go there. Of course, for some of you moms and dads who are watching this and may be looking for much more advanced things that you can help your kid, then I will be doing a much more advanced video about that later on. If you enjoyed this video so far, like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, comment down below on what are some of the mistakes that you are doing as well in your YouTube journey. And the last tip on how you as a parent can help your kid, this is probably one of the most important one. And that is, do not laugh at your kid's video or make them feel insignificant. What I mean by that is that maybe some of your kid might want to feel good, maybe they want to feel cool, maybe they want to feel like exactly how they feel when they watch their favorite YouTube heroes. They may not want to feel embarrassed. For us adults, when we look at kids and teens, we may laugh at first is because, you know, we're seeing somebody who's really close to us, and seeing them at this like just feels a little bit different. But what we want to do to encourage them is to give them constructive criticism. They're still finding themselves and may not be comfortable in front of the screen. So for us to pick on some little petty points that may not be that important is something that's going to further slow down their confidence. So as hard as it may be, we may want to encourage them. When we watch their videos and give feedback, we want to bring them to their attention on things that truly matters. Not so much whether your clothes is bad because, you know, we are doing it at home. We're just using our home clothes. Not so much about the background, not so much about whether your hair is not done well. Focus on the story that they're trying to tell. Give motivation, encouragement, constructive criticism on those parts. Then they will feel, wow, thanks, I would really want to try to do that. And then after that, you will see them improving furthermore, because they are the one that are the biggest critic of their own self, their own appearance. So when time comes, they will be the ones that are fixing those parts that we tend to laugh at. So as a parent, you don't want to be making your mistakes by letting your kid waste a lot of time trying to find their own way. You got to help them and guide them and find right resources such as this channel and get them started on their YouTube journey so that they don't end up being confused, not sure what to do, and then always asking you the same questions that maybe you might even have trouble solving. And if you want to help them to realize some of the mistakes that they might not know that they are doing, then click on this link so that they can realize it and make their YouTube journey all much better.